Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Looking at a Bitcoin price of $96,000, still hanging around this zone. How is it going to conclude? What are you doing to us, the Bitcoin price? Are you doing the blockchain backer chart where this is just going to give one last alt season here before we go kaput? Because that's pretty much what he expects and it's all over. Or are we going to do Uncle Bobby's chart where we go up, otherwise known as oop? I don't know what it's going to be, but yeah, friend, that's pretty much it. Blockchain backer has the fractal where this looks like the 2021 chart. I'm just going to come and show it to you. You see that? That's pretty much it. It looks like what we're doing right now. This up and down, we've just come back down and we're like getting one more push up. That's what it might be. One more push up. And I don't know what we're going to get. Look, everyone's got their opinions. I just, I'm not playing for that, man. I don't think with others BTC this low, there's been no alt season, man. This is like, look at this horrendous scam. Friends, we've pretty much been getting scammed the whole time. Look at this on the monthly chart. Look how far behind we were. Donald Trump wins, and then we get 3 red monthly candles. Which, this makes no sense, dude. Donald Trump launched a celeb token. He's bought $400 million of ETH. His actions are like totally opposite to what this chart should be doing. Totally opposite. Now, of course, markets and cycles, they're more complicated than just one man's actions and stuff. But you'd think, man, like, why is this thing going down? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what markets do. See, even if a market has gone 80% of the distance somewhere in one, let's say it's gone 80% of the way down, and you think, oh, there's so much good news telling me it's going to be great. Well, if you're a long-term believer, you have to get in. But what you actually find is, that final 20% move, it'll still do it. It will still do it. Yes? And you have to think about just how markets work. On the upside, it's because of momentum, right? It's because on the momentum. So people who are on the sidelines and just don't know what the hell they're doing, let's say it's going down, they're like, oh, things are good, right? Now I'm going to get in. And then like a month later, it's bad, so they sell again. And it's still reflexive because you got to run out of those Jeets. That's actually what you're looking at right now. However, one day, friends, when we stop getting scammed, this piece of crap crypto that's been going down for 4 years, one day this thing will start to go up. And there will be many people calling the tops along the way. Many. There'll be no shortage of that. And people will be getting out and getting out and getting out. And even I will say, man, there's a lot of like some dangerous warning signals, but like, screw all of you guys. We were oversold on the downside. Friends, just to let you know, it's like it really is the beach ball at the beach under the water. You got a beach ball, bouncy beach ball under the water. When this happens, when you go up, man, you don't just stop. You know what I mean? You bounce too much in the other direction. Now, what does bounce too much in the other direction mean? Of course, a lot of people think they're going to get like the 100x on everywhere. No, I don't think so. I think it's just going to reveal itself in terms of news events around this white swan. We're just postulating, which means just guessing, friends. I know we are on our journey together. I've been around a bit though. White swan. Now, when I say things will go too far the other way, I like to think about what it could possibly be. We've already got Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF. We've already had some politicians indulging in crypto. Like it has to get really bad. It has to, like, friends, I know we joke about it being crime season. Yeah, it has to put crime season on show. Something like really, 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 really outrageously bad happens. I think that's award towards the end, and they're like, we got to change the rules a bit, make them a bit stricter. That's what I think is eventually going to happen out here. Think BitConnect. BitConnect was running the Ponzi and stuff out here. Like, it might be something like where someone makes a meme coin, they call it a meme coin, but it so happens to give yield. And it does like the Ponzi thing. You know what I mean? And then it gets people trapped in and they lose. And the government says like, and there's an argument, they're like, hey, you bought a meme coin, it's a collectible. You know what I mean? But then the people are yelling like, no, you have to protect us next time because it says it's a meme coin, but it had more features. Right? That's weird, friends. It's because like that might be like an ex-bear market thing. So what I'm trying to imagine is, how could we possibly go too far the other way? That's what I'm imagining in my head. Like, it would be funny. Like, imagine someone's like, I could imagine people in Congress joking and they're like, someone saying, well, imagine you had a skateboard, but you were complaining that the skateboard also had a rocket engine on the back. You know, you're complaining that it also, like, normally you complain because there's too little features. Yeah, but now you're complaining that there's too many extra powerful features. Yes, that would be interesting to do that, because those powerful features can make things like super dangerous and stuff out here. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to imagine in my mind how this thing, see how it's gone too far down the other way. Like, look at this. This is the monthly, others BTC. Look at the monthly. What a joke, dude. Donald Trump wins. Literally, it's pump season and it's crime season. And you give us 3 red monthly candles, dude. Go truck yourself. I'm extremely offended by this abomination out here. Like, dude, we're not getting a pet rock season. I don't care who anyone thinks it. Do you understand? Have you spoken to the average person? Hey, come and buy pet rock. It's kind of funny, friends. I saw Sunny Decree. He made this post. He goes, "Oh, this guy put in just $100 every day, and after 1.5 years, he's got a Bitcoin now." And then I looked at I did the maths, and I was like, $100 a day doesn't sound like a lot to the average person, that number. And I'm like, dude, that's $37,000 a year DCA buying every day. So the guy put in 50K, and now he's got a Bitcoin. Yeah, like you just kept buying in 50K's worth. Now you have 1 Bitcoin worth. Like, I'm sure by the end of it, like, you just do that number on Ethereum or anything else, it'll blow itself out of the water if you just kept DCAing. But just showing you, that's the type of like junk that's been coming out. Like, wow, congratulations, guys. If you DCA, you're gonna get a 2x. You know what I mean? Like, the average person, dude, orange juice is costing $10. You gotta understand the psychology of the average person. They printed too much money, dude. There's absolutely no way pet rock doing nothing is going to just keep going up forever. But friends, all the confidence and stuff you see, remember when it flipped red on the weekly super trend, or confident this thing was coming down? Look at this final flash up. But people believe it's just the beginning of a big trend. I believe it's a final flash up. Remember I told you, you can go 80% of the distance the whole way. All the news comes out, but it's still not done. It has to get the final Jeets. We don't know who it was, but there were like $8 billion of liquidations that happened on that recent 30% Ethereum drop, that freak accident. And I'm confident that there was some big fun names. They were just too leveraged and they got wiped out. But now that they're gone, it's time for up. Now, you know, a lot of people talking about, is the cycle over and stuff out here? Obviously not. I don't even think the cycle's probably started. They call it, oh, it's the end game, it's the end game. Yeah, they say that. They say that. But just, it is what it is. Like, we go exponential, right? See, friends, it would be nice if you and I lived in a world where you could just, like, collect one Pokemon every couple of months, where your prices go up and the friendship accumulates in a nice granular line. Doesn't happen though. That's US government Ponzi world. That's government bond world. That's stocks world. In crypto, it's just nuclear winter, and then when it's time to go, every person wants to rock up to the party. Yeah, it's kind of like, friends, like if you're hosting a party. Let's say you're hosting a party. Imagine you're like, okay, I've got 30 people coming over. I would like, can you guys like arrive at my home after starting midday, and I want like 2 people arriving at my home every 30 minutes, just like we'd slowly like accumulate in, right? Can we do that slowly? No. Except what happens is everyone rocks up at the front door at like literally 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like that's just how markets work. That's how markets work. Exactly the same thing. When everyone gets the bug that they want to be in or out, they all jump at the same door at the same time. Bitcoin on the weekly super trend is still green. I've also got fantastic news to show you, because I just remembered it. Man, this is big, friends. The odds of Bitcoin's price expectations in the year. I know this is only $2 million of volume, but this is making me very bullish, man. Look at this. There's only a 14% chance for 250K this year. 14%. The crowd does not expect that. Look at that. 22% chance for 200K. Wow. Look at that, man. Everyone expects, look at this. The bulk of everyone expects 130 to 150. Yeah. By the way, you know these odds, friends, these odds is where their take profits are. That's how these odds work, you know? So even though, that's the fun part, even though if someone really thinks, like if the crowd really thinks, oh, it's going to hit 200 and then wick down to 120, these odds basically give you the insight of the market psychology. They're not going to wait for the 120 wick. No. They'll be selling along the way. They'll be selling. And we'll probably be selling too early. That's interesting, right? 45%. Look at this, man. 14% chance for 250K. there's 5% chance of the 1 million, but yeah, these people in the 5% chance, it's not like, oh, it's really 5%. Like, why are people in there? It's because if Bitcoin, like these guys are probably bullish on 300K, and the odds, if it's 300K, like the odds become 10% and they sell for like a 2x or something. Right? The odds are so low. That's another way to think about it. But that's awesome, man. That's fantastic, friends. If we get 14% chance, remember the crowd's always wrong. The crowd's only get that. That's wild, man. Like, friends, it literally, 90% of us expected like 100K back in 2021. 95%. Everyone expected 100K minimum because you hit 50K by Feb. And you're like, oh, we're going to run for the whole year. And then it was all over straight away. That's wild. What do I think is going to happen? Obviously, I've got to remind everyone, friends, I don't have price targets. I don't do that. Yeah. Because once you have a price target, if you're not on the target, you feel like a miss, which means you're never going to get out, which means you get blinded. You're a deer in headlights. And then if the market starts turning and stuff out here, you keep thinking about your target and how far away you are. And it messes with you mentally. And besides, no one even has a real edge anyway. We just guess. Like people who guessed amazing last cycle totally offbeat this one. You know what I mean? Just for example, look at Richard Hart calling the top on the day. On the day, look at pinpoint precision in April 2021. And then his actions after that showing like his more macro smoothing and stuff. Here, like Ethereum's average price went in 3,800. And then we dropped like 38% or something back down. We're still there a year later. Just give you an idea just how tough it is. So if it's hard enough to catch a fart in a jar, then you're going to catch it twice. That's the tough part. Still believe we're going to fade the crowd. Now, look, if I was just to imagine in my mind, what could happen this cycle? I know a lot of people believe the volatility is never going to happen again. I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe that. It's still possible in my mind. I would like a 300K or something. Now, why do I say 300? It could be a bit biased, but it doesn't have to be exactly 300. Basically, another way I'm thinking about it is I want us to go high enough so that the thought of going under 100,000 is so vicious, so blood-inducing, so toxic in people's minds that they don't want to ever think about it. And they're like, they want to hate you for it. If you even utter the words, we'll be below 100K. Okay, how high that number goes, I don't know. Is it like 150? I don't know, man. Like Bitcoin just dropped 80% before. You know what I mean? Like it's dropped 75%. It dropped 50% in freaking few days. So like the thought of like, but you don't know because this is what happens as well. You onboard a lot of weak hands and then they overpower in numbers the original OGs. Yeah. So all these weak hands come in and then they're like, no way, we're going below 100. And we're like, dude, have you seen this thing before? They're like, no, they haven't. They actually haven't seen this thing before. That's why they're in now. Okay. That's why in my mind, if we hit 300, it's undeniable at that point. Let's say you hit like 320K and just sits up here like that. It's undeniable at that point. People would like refuse to believe in anything below 100K. And then we get like another 70% drop and we drop below and everyone thinks it's over. And you just sit there for like a few weeks or a month or two like we happened in 2018 at the end. And then we go up again. That's what it'll be like. And then crack down. And then, pretty much, and then it zips back up. That's exactly what happened. And I do see something like that, friends. I do see what I just drew for you there. That's exactly what happened in the Trump cycle. So Bitcoin goes up. It's funny, right? It has a parabolic move up, but then it stays in the range here. Yeah, it stays in the range here. The parabolic move comes back down, stays in the range. At the end of the year, we crash with the stock market, and then we're down for like 3-4 months. 3-4 months, and then we zip all the way back up. I can, for some reason in my mind, I can see this. I can see something where like we all crash, and Donald Trump does something down here. U.S. Fed cuts, Donald Trump policies, and then crypto, Bitcoin, like comes back to the fib. Actually, if you're curious as well, because I'm just curious about how these things would work. Let's say it did go up to like a 300K, and everyone's like, we'll never go below 100, right? And then we do drop, let's say, we drop like 70% down, or 70% down back to like 85K or something, yeah? And we come back down here, like that. If that happens, what I'm going to do is just draw a Fibonacci from the top to the very, very bottom. It would bring us back to around 166K. So that would be mimicking the 2019 plus token rally. And we would come back here and do something like that. And now we're back in the range. But then it will be a while out here. That would be how it would work out. It's very interesting how it would work out, isn't it, Fred? But all I'm doing is like I'm imagining in my mind the preparation. That's what we need, right? Because all I'm thinking about is it doesn't have to be at 330K. It's in my mind, if Bitcoin sees the 3 in front of it, that's it. It's illegal to think about 100K below. That's what I think about it in my mind, right? Just like how when Bitcoin hit 60K up here, it was illegal to think about anything below 20, okay? And then look at it. It did eventually come back down, didn't it? Yes, that's what I'm thinking about in my mind. If you see that number divided by 3. So that's what it might be, man. Like you see 300 divided by 3 goes a bit lower than that as well. So if you're 300, yeah, it'd be racist to assume 100K. But that's going to be like, a story for another time as well, because you're not going to have any idea. You're not going to know what's going to be the events that take us down. Don't know, friends. Stock market, China invades Taiwan, you name it. UFOs land and zap somebody. I don't know, man. Just you name it. Look, anything's on the table. But you're not here for that. You're here to buy in the depression, sell in the euphoria. Entire news, friends. So in the entire crypto industry today, especially the Bitcoin maxis, continue to take a big fat dump on Ethereum, marking 24 months in a row of embarrassment and disgrace. So I'm here just to give you that zeitgeist, as Ivan on Tech calls it, of crypto right now. So that's what's happening all over Twitter, social engagement. It's literally just constantly diarrhea pooping on Ethereum. And then there's Kanye West doing a lot of stuff out here. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do any political things out here because I just don't care. But yeah, Kanye did some like social experiment things, but you don't know. He's just doing marketing stuff out here. He basically goes and attacks every single race. As you can get it, friends. He starts talking about white people. They don't get, you don't get flagged. He starts saying white people are all racist. White people are Nazis. He kept saying all stuff against white people. None of his messages got flagged. Twitter leaves them up. But then he starts talking about other people. They all get flagged. And you can actually see the posts and stuff out here. So what does that mean going forward? Don't know, man. Look, I've also showed you with Kanye, friends. I reported this to you before. But Kanye, he got approached by some evil Cabal scum, just some ruggers. And they offered him, they said, hey, we'll give you, there's like $2 million for you to make a coin. We'll give you like 750K up front and then 1.25 million later. And then they actually said in it, you post the thing and then 8 hours later, delete it and you say it's a hack. You just say it's a hack and then we'll help everything else out there. So, and he said, I'm not going to rug my followers and stuff out here to do that. But also everyone was replying that, dude, it's kind of an embarrassment. Like, bro, the guy's like a billionaire. Like, you're trying to get him to basically sell out for like $2 million. It's kind of funny when people think about it like that. Also, Kanye West, friends, he just does Richard Hart outrage marketing, which is funny. I guess maybe that's where Richard learned that from, actually. Maybe he, so you can see this. Some BIT only like N who put them on their place. Bitches deserve to get slapped sometime. All of these N switching sides on Puff act like they never ran out of words when they. So, like I said, friends, he went to Google. He goes, who's the most unpopular guy right now? Give me a list. And they go, oh, Puff Daddy #1. Okay, sweet. Let me go to Puff Daddy, P Diddy, and let me just support him now. That's exactly what happens, man. Oh, man. Wow, this is going nuts. He's still going. Simple rule. Only talk when people listen. It's just going nuts. Every race has their own pain, but this is minutes apart. My God. What the? He's just going on. Look at this. Look at this. Just, oh, yeah. So that's pretty much what he's spamming. Look, it's funny, man. How stupid are people? They say he's mentally deranged and he's a lunatic. Last time I checked, bro, he's the one with $1 billion. I know his name. I don't know your name. I've listened to his music. I don't listen to your music. Do you even make music? No. By the way, this guy can barely speak English and he's got 5 million views per post. Yeah. What are you doing with your nice coherent sentences? Yeah, your opinion means shit. You got your opinion from a freaking television box. I bet you were first in line to jab yourself 19 times on behalf of the government and accept their apology, by the way. Okay, I also bet you're first in line to chop off your kids' genitals too. Why? Because the TV said so. Because the weird pink-haired lady at the university said that men are like not good enough for this world or something. You know what I mean? So these types of weirdos with all their opinions, they literally never get it. But it's okay because their exit liquidity. These people, see, because they don't do any critical thinking and step outside their box, these all Neil deGrasse Tysons, these Neil deGrasse Tysons, these like pro cuckery people, can't even call them people, okay? These bug eaters, literally eating bugs. These people, they hurt themselves more than anybody else because since they never step outside the box, yeah, eventually, see friends, they have like a 99% rejection rate. They'll reject every idea that comes out here. They stay inside their bubble. But 99% is not 100%. And that one that gets them, they go all in, it's all over, okay? It happens with relationships. It happens with workplaces. That's why these people, you ever wondered why it's always that oppressed person who's like never had alcohol in their lives or like worn a dress below like above their ankles or something. It's always that guy or girl, like they find one vice later and they just go all in. You know what I mean? Like instead of like, you know, oh, they've never touched alcohol and then they're a prostitute like injecting meth every 15 hours or something. It literally just swings so hard the other way. I'm like, hey, you can actually be in the middle somewhere. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with finance, by the way, friends. That's what we've seen in crypto. So people who reject, and then they're the ones who go all in at the top because they're like, once they finally, because they're still in their bubble, right? They just don't know how risky the other world is. You know, this what markets do to people as well, and we see it represented in finance. Now, here's the thing: that in markets we can bet on it. You can't actually bet on this in everything else. You know, imagine there was maybe one day, friends. I'll never say never. Imagine there was a way to bet on someone like, oh yeah, I bet this person will be a drug addict or in jail within the next 15 years, and you can bet on stuff like that. That'd be very, I think one day we'll actually get something like that. Imagine you just bet on people who had their own social media profiles and their own status out here. You know, that's the power of crypto, friends. That's the Uniswap formula and the poly market formula with the X equals Y with the probability and stuff out here. That'd be funny. Moving on as well, friends. So PulseChain core coins still continue seeing green after Ratchad drastically cuts inflation of Ink and Hex. This is just the permanent screenshot. It's nice to see this green everywhere. People are scared of it. They're like, man, why are you fading off? Look, friends, I will tell you something now. I have seen how little impact I can have giving mindshare to any coin when we're in the downturn. Okay, when I make videos saying things are cheap, they all get rejected, dude. They just get rejected every time. Landwolf, Pika, doesn't matter what it is. PDI, friends. Once the cycle's just done, trust me, friends. Trust me. I know it's scary because you just want these to keep. I want these things to keep going up. You just can't. You have to just literally let the bottom fall out. Let the people rinse. That's it. You have to let them do that. You literally can't fight. By the way, whether you try to or not, even if you try a lot, you just wear yourself out. Okay, you're literally hitting a brick wall. There's nothing you can do. And right now, guess what? With ETH BTC going down, yes, everything is ruined. Okay, everything is ruined. Now, on PulseChain, interesting, right? You still have PTGC, the alien ecosystem. Congratulations to everybody there. It's still been ripping through the highs, screaming. And I'll just show you the chart here. So it's still been ripping, man, absolutely ripping. And by the way, it'll probably even be better on the Pulse chart as well. Look at this. Screaming up huge, up huge. So that 320 million market cap. So when it comes to this event, there's always something that's like mooned somewhere. Yeah, but I care about everyone, right? I care about everyone. I care about all that. I don't care about these little like, hey, there's one or two or a thing out here that's moved. There's always something like that. If you want to know, hey, when's everything else go up and stuff, that's it, friends. We can't move up with a heavy ETH BTC. We can't. We've only seen PulseChain and everything else exist in this world, by the way. ETH BTC bleeding. That's it. It is what it is. Blame it on interest rates. Blame it on the cycle. Blame it on just, hey, we're due for a white swan event later compared to 2021. So like instead of like a big news event in say May of 2025 this year, we're due in like maybe December of this year, which means the cycle's got to start later. So that is the spookiest part of all. It's like the simulation writers, they've already got a plan. I feel like they've got a white swan plan for us later. And so like, even though the white swan's planned, we're not allowed to move if you're too far away from it. You're not allowed to do that. Okay. Friends, it's just like, you know, that Christmas is coming. Oh, Christmas is coming. Yeah, but the shops aren't allowed to talk about Christmas in like June. Yeah. They're not allowed to talk about it. They're not allowed to talk about it until like the last week of November. And then December starts. Okay, it's the Christmas decorations coming. You see what I mean? Like, you know what's coming. But imagine you were sitting there, you're like, oh man, when's everybody gonna like start to feel good about Christmas? You're waiting and waiting and waiting. And you're like, here's the funny part. We know Christmas is coming every year. But you're not pricing in Christmas emotionally in October still. Even in October. And you're like end of October. And then literally like middle of November, you're still not pricing in. And like, come on, bro. It's like, it's just 6 weeks away. They're like, yeah, whatever. It's never coming. And then when it starts, when they physically see it, like, oh, whoa, all the decorations are out. You see what I mean? That it feels like that's what it is right now. It feels like we have this time thing. It's 4-year cycle. I don't know what's going to be. But yeah, I would love ETH BTC though. Please, can you just start going up, man? Like, you know, if this flips green, friends, look how horrible this is. This is ETH BTC 0.038. The freaking spot ETF took it to 0.057. My gosh, dude. So you are still, if you flip green, you are still below 33%, oh my gosh, of the Ethereum spot ETFs. That is what it is. So that's why when you look at the PulseChain core coins and everything, you got to keep that all in mind. That ETH BTC is heavy, that's it. Also, friends, if we got a good result from Judge Auntie Carol, just trying to protect you, man. Don't be surprised if we go up like a 2x. And then we retrace half the move. Just in case, you know, I hope we don't. Just don't be surprised. Just because if ETH BTC is heavy, ETH BTC is heavy, dude. You know, I've seen some people as well from the community are starting to get frustrated at the Ethereum part. They really want everyone to disconnect. I'm like, dude, when you say that, I just want you to know what you metaphorically what you're saying that is. Okay, I imagine like this little kid. Let's say it's like just like a 9-year-old kid, and he's like really angry. Maybe his parents won't let him eat lollies tonight. Yeah, because he's getting a bit chubby. Yeah. I got the lollipop. So what he does is he starts trying to bash the brick wall. That's it. Okay. When you're saying, I don't want to be with Ethereum. I don't like Ethereum. When I hear that and everyone's saying that, you are that little chubby kid. You're just literally trying to hit a brick wall. That's all. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it over and over and over again. You're like, no, I don't want to be with you, Ethereum. No. That's exactly what I say. PulseChain and everything else, friends. Everything on these damn chains has copy-pasted all the tech, all the code from Ethereum. Okay, no one invented anything. It all comes from Ethereum. Okay, that's where it's all come from. If you want to do your own thing, you have an extreme amount of risk because you could be a Solana, yeah, or you could be IOTA. All right, let me show you. Or Neo. Here is IOTA. Here's your new amazing tech. How's that going? Whee! Yeah, I want to see if you want to do your own thing, friends. Down 99%. You see. So people obviously have survivorship bias because they see Solana and they're like, oh, but you guys went up, dude. You understand what Solana did was the riskiest thing, pretty much. That's why the VCs win, because they're going to make profit anyway. Okay, do you understand? Like, it's a unicorn. You're looking at the unicorn and you're like, oh, it was so easy just to go make your own thing, dude. Do you understand? For one Solana, there's 19 examples where they tried to make their own thing, no one uses it. The standard didn't adopt. We're using EVM Standard. It's chosen for a reason. So instead of trying to figure out the whole new thing out here, and by the way, man, like, what if Solana's standard is not that great in like the next cycle, just like EVM was? What if there's a new one out here? And by the way, Solana will be in a 3rd cycle curse. Yeah, what if that happens? So doing this whole let's go move away from ETH and stuff out here. Okay, do you know who doesn't have EVM support? Tron. How'd that work out? And you might say, no, I thought Tron was doing well. Is it? Is Tron doing well since 2018? Down 88% against Bitcoin. Is Tron doing well, my friends? Tron is back to the same price as it was December 2017. Literally gone nowhere. You've literally gone nowhere, taken all that risk. How about that? You've literally, by the way, since August 2019, you're like, also August 2019, in the bear market, you've gone nowhere. What's that, like 6 years? And Tron copy-pasted Ethereum. They just didn't make it EVM supported. That's it. It's literally a copy-paste of Ethereum. And look, you really want to take that risk? Really? What about XRP? How about the XRP standard? This is a monthly chart. XRP is still down from its first listing, 53% against Bitcoin, and it's been 11 years. Yeah, 11 years. A bit more, actually, 11 and a half years. You still want to make your own new type of tech? That's why, friends, the EVM Standard, everyone's just looking at Solana, and they're like, oh, we could go do something like that. Yeah, but 1% odds you'll do something like that. 99% chance. It's like you're going to move. See, here's the thing. You can, if you move with Ethereum, the waters are warm. If you take your own risk, you could either get a Solana, 5% chance, 95% chance, you're going to like not move with Ethereum, but for the wrong reasons. You're going to move like and just get crushed and keep bleeding harder and harder and harder. You see, friends, it's not so easy. That's why in this tech world, now that we have enough tech, people have realized like, oh, we don't really care about the decentralization part as much. We just want to build something that we can, which is build communities. Hence memes, cults, religions, people on board and stuff each other as the tech gets easier and easier using the interface and stuff out here. Now, I had this chart here, friends, as it's showing others BTC again. It's kind of funny, man. All over crypto, I'm seeing others BTC charts for the past 3 months. All over. Everyone's watching me. I know everyone's watching me. I know they're all watching me. They don't want their audience to find me. I give way too much high value content. They learn from me. They go repackage it. They go throw it out to the other audience. But what we actually find is because they've been dealing their audience junk all these years. I mean, I was their audience, bro. Who's their audience? I'm their audience. I know they're dealing themselves junk. Now when they throw my stuff in, no one even knows how to interpret it because they're like, oh, this doesn't make up for like the 50,000 times you told me this coin was going to do a 10,000x, and then like you had ICO pump and dump and you like abandoned 3 days later. All this other stuff, you know what I mean? It's not computing with their audience. Also, friends, when you speak, I don't know, look, when you speak for low-level losers and short-term gratification people, impulsive people, when you speak for them in that crowd, you gather a community of that, and they turn on you fast. Yes, there's no loyalty. They don't believe, and they don't care. And when you're feeding them leverage trading, when you're feeding them that junk, it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna name for you. There's a big KOL. I guess he's an alright guy if you had a coffee with him or something. There's a big KOL. He's been talking about. He said like, oh, I'm makes millions of dollars. You know who it is? He's like, oh, I don't do any of these altcoin shilling guys. I'm very, very pure. And bro, in the video, he said that in the tweets. Oh my God. Everyone in the tweets went hard. They go, bro, you have been shilling Bybit and other leverage exchange junk for 5 years, bro. Your millions and millions and millions of dollars have come from the losses of your audience who are getting absolutely decimated and rinsed. You know there's only a 1%, 2% win rate on the leverage trading exchange. You know that. Firstly, all the CEOs have said that, including Arthur Hayes. Friends, just to let me remind you, Arthur Hayes literally said, when people open up a leverage exchange account, they, I think it was, yes, 99% of them in 12 months from the opening date have either less money or zero money in that account. 99%, literally 1% win rate. Well, you think all these KOLs are so smart to figure out Bitcoin that they don't know that? They know that. It's just they're getting paid, you know? And it's funny, these guys are saying, oh, I don't do any of these altcoin stuff. You're not pure. What do you mean you're not pure? Bro, you've put people into a worse win rate than altcoins. Literally a worse win rate because you can get forced out. You can't get forced out in altcoins if you're doing spot. There's actual chance for it to come back. It might not be 1%, but it might be like 25%. There's literally these dirty altcoins they're talking about have like a 25x better chance than when these people are pathetic. See how everyone just thinks that, oh, I'm on moral high ground, but they're not, man. But they're not. So yeah, there's people talking about see how everyone rationalizes themselves. No, I'm a good person. I don't give you the altcoins. I just give you the leverage trading junk. Oh my God, you understand the point, right? These are the people watching. So when you have an audience of that, that's what they all want. Because you basically got an audience of drug-induced junkies. Yeah, you've got junkies, friends. Okay, who do you want to invite to your birthday party? Do you want to invite maybe like your friends, maybe some of them are parents, some of them maybe, you know, go see their grandparents once in a while, as frequently as they can. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to invite normal people? Maybe like one of them, you know, like they play nice sports. You know, one of them works a job. Maybe one of them's like, you know, a plumber or something. Just good, honest jobs. Do you want to invite normal friends out there, or do you want maybe go to the community center and get kids who like, you know, they've been cranking like meth lines since they were like 17, 18. They've been doing hard drugs, injecting themselves. Which crowd do you want? And by the way, if you invited the crowd, what do you think it's going to turn out for you like after about a year? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think the drug junkie, the community youth center ones, all the kids who ran away from home who are like, you know, burning cars in the street and stuff and graffiti? What do you think it's going to? You know how it's going to turn out. Okay, but you know those drug junkies and stuff right here, all that leverage trading stuff. That's what you attract. Yeah, you literally attract that. Yeah, but it's just that because they wear suits and collared shirts and they shave, you don't see them as that. But no, they are still people like everyone else. It's just that the dopamine they're getting is through this other vehicle, which is this leverage trading stuff. He's literally on a slot machine. It's the modern day Las Vegas slot machine. And they're the people who are coming in. So that's why you see all these negative reactions when stuff goes out. Friends, that's what I've noticed, right? You noticed as well. When stuff goes down with me, we feed it together and we're like, man, I guess we just got to wait longer, right? But when stuff goes down on all these other big community stuff, when I'm in there with them and I'm like, man, the crowd turns on them so hard. Why? Because they had these over promises, right? So yes, you understand, man, junk attracts junk. You see it. And then good-natured spirits and the winning spirit and the fighting spirit attracts each other, and then attracting each other together, we're eventually going to land with the trophy. We are still, though, on the bottom of this Others BTC channel. Huh? This is Others BTC, friends, right here. And right now, this is a monthly chart. Okay, and a lot of people have said this thing is broke. No, I don't know, man. It's probably going to reverse by next month. It's probably going to reverse and wick back and then just start making its way up. This red is traditionally, this is the whole year. Okay, this is the whole year. See, 2017, big bull year. 2021, big bull year. And now we're hoping 2025. Now, it is sad that this year we actually started off with 2 bad altcoin months, which is sad. However, what I'm going to do now for you, and I have not thought of this until now, friends. I'm recording it for you live. One shot. I'm now going to count the monthly candles of the year, okay, to see. Actually, let's go to my proper chart, my non-racist chart, so we can actually see. Because I'm curious, right? I'm curious what happened, say, in 2017 when we actually get it. How many red months did we get? We got a red month in July. We got a red month in October. Okay, July and October. So actually, there were 2 red months in Others BTC back then. And but this is, you know, this is the Ethereum cycle one. I'm curious now, what happened in 2021? In 2021, we had 1, 2, 3 red months. So that's why, well, this thing, man, is, yeah, we've had 2 already. My gosh. We were meant to have 2 or 3 red months of Others BTC. We've already had 2 this year. Can we just go up only? Maybe. I don't know. But just, yes, that's pretty much it, friends. Unless really this time is different, we'll see. But that's why. You want to know why everyone's been like sad? That's why. Like for Others BTC, which has been just altcoins bleeding against Bitcoin, we had 2 crashes already. We haven't even started the run. Look, man, but this is just how it works out, friends. This is just how it works out. You just got to rinse the Jeets. That's it, bro. You just had to rinse the Jeets. Remember, I told you, friend. I knew. Remember, we were here, and I knew. I said, I know you're all Jeets, not you, but we knew. They all want to sell on a 10x. I go. Every time I hear that, we're about to capitulate. Every single time. Whenever I hear everyone's going to sell on a 10x, we actually go lower and we force them to sell lower. Every time. And I hate hearing when everyone's going to, because I get it right, but then I have to sit through the pain with everyone. And it wastes time. But there's just market cycles, you know. So we are still going to make it, friends. There's plenty to look forward to as well. Richard Hart, PulseChain, inflation cuts, making things more deflationary. Ultimately, though, it's an Ethereum story. We need Ethereum to reverse it around. And when Ethereum reverses it around, then we'll get more greens of this and everyone will be partying. Like, subscribe, belly button, and I'll catch you soon.